who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious for its bad living conditions.
Part of it.
The meals are supposed to be nutritionally balanced and edible. He would receive 3 meals per day, right? Basic meal expectations.
You have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible place.
Oh gosh, the unthinkable is happening in the music industry right now. Sean Diddy Combs, the man who seemed untouchable for decades, is finally facing the harsh reality of consequences. He's been crying to the judge about how terrible jail is, and after everything we've learned, it's a stark contrast to the life of luxury he's enjoyed while others suffered in silence.
Jail is terrible for anybody, but for someone who's used to having people wait on them hand and foot and never stands in line and always, gets front row and gets the best table and get to have the exact opposite. What a life-changing moment.
Just take a moment to process this. One of hip-hop's most powerful figures, a man who spent decades building an empire and living a life most can only dream of, is now confined within the cold walls of New York's toughest detention centers. Yes, we're talking about Diddy, the same person who was once synonymous with luxury and success, now locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, experiencing a reality check like never before.
Visit inside this federal lockup. There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous staff lockdowns in recent years. It's so out of control inside that 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners here.
The contrast couldn't be more dramatic. Those private jets that once carried him across the globe, gone. Those sprawling mansions with every imaginable amenity, a distant memory. Instead, he's facing a daily reality of moldy showers, cockroaches, and the constant threat of violence. For someone who used to host A-list celebrities at lavish parties, this fall from grace is absolutely staggering. And let me be clear, this isn't just any detention center. This facility has been the subject of numerous lawsuits and investigations due to its horrific conditions. For Diddy, it's like being thrown into an alternate universe. He's gone from sleeping on silk sheets to a lumpy prison mattress and his celebrity status. That might actually make his situation even more dangerous, with other inmates viewing him as a high-value target. And no, we're not here to sympathize. This is just the beginning of what's shaping up to be a shocking story of power, abuse, and long overdue accountability.
Conditions of the prison are far from homey, notoriously described as, quote, dreadful, as one judge put it. Some on the bench have even moved away from sending non-violent defendants there.
Let's dive deeper into what Diddy's new reality looks like. Every aspect of his life is now controlled by prison protocols. The guards, fellow inmates, and strict daily routines dictate his every move. While he's being kept in isolation for his protection, this supposed safety measure comes with its own psychological toll. He's effectively cut off from the world he once dominated, with only brief, monitored moments to communicate with his legal team or family members. Think about it. A man who once controlled entire rooms with his presence is now confined to a small cell, left alone with nothing but his thoughts and the weight of his alleged actions. According to his attorney, the conditions at MDC go far beyond just missing the comforts of home. The facility has earned its infamous reputation through years of documented neglect and abuse. Inmates face daily challenges that seem almost medieval, moldy showers that pose health risks, cells that feel like freezers in winter and ovens in summer, and an atmosphere where violence can erupt at any moment. Inside these walls, your past life means nothing. Whether you were a superstar or not, you're just another inmate trying to navigate a system where violence can explode over something as simple as who gets to use the phone first or where you sit during meals. Former inmates describe living in constant fear, never knowing when the next confrontation might occur. For Diddy, who's spent decades being treated like royalty, this new reality must be particularly jarring. He's now in the special housing unit, which means 23-hour lockdown. Every movement is strictly controlled, full restraints, leg irons, handcuffs, belly chains, and multiple guards for even the shortest trips outside his cell. His daily routine has transformed from attending glamorous events to counting the minutes in isolation.
And many entities involved. And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicate.
But the true gravity of this situation goes far beyond prison conditions. Attorney Tony Busby has come forward with allegations that are nothing short of horrifying. Among the most shocking claims is one involving a 13-year-old girl who was allegedly drugged and assaulted. This incident reportedly involved other unnamed celebrities as well, adding layers of complexity and darkness to an already disturbing case. The details emerging from multiple lawsuits paint a pattern of behavior that spans decades. Victims from various backgrounds, young aspiring artists, industry professionals, and even minors have come forward with strikingly similar stories of manipulation, and intimidation. The sheer number of allegations and their consistent nature makes them impossible to ignore.
About anything that I haven't said in court or in the papers, these are all great questions, but I'm just not going to get into it. So
can you speak about your concerns about the leak and the video? You have spoken about that before.
I did it in the court papers, and I'm just going to stick to the court paper.
In what appears to be a desperate attempt to control the narrative, Diddy's legal team has filed for a gag order. His lead attorney, Mark Agnifilo, is trying to silence potential government witnesses and their lawyers, claiming their public statements are damaging Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial. They're even pushing for prosecutors to disclose whether they authorized such comments and demanding the removal of online statements. But with the flood of allegations continuing to pour in, this seems like trying to plug a breaking dam with a finger.
About names that could come up in these lawsuits. You referenced that some of these names are pretty high profile and could shock us. What can you tell me about those names? Are there a lot of people that could be implicated in future crimes? Is it possible that the things that will be listed in these future lawsuits could be prosecuted? What can you tell me?
Well, I'm very careful to talk about whether someone did or did not commit a crime. You know, the civil system is very different than the criminal system. The criminal authorities are very particular about which claims that they pursue, because
the ripple effects of this case are reaching far beyond Diddy himself. Remember those exclusive white parties that celebrities used to proudly attend? It's fascinating to watch how quickly the tide turns. These events were once considered the ultimate status symbol in entertainment, but now those same celebrities are scrambling to distance themselves from any association. A list circulating on social media has drawn uncomfortable parallels to other notorious cases, including names like Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Usher, and Megan Fox. The tension in Hollywood is palpable as everyone waits to see which names might be directly implicated in the ongoing investigation.
Got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go this party. I think half the people there were in. You would have loved it.
The story takes an even darker turn when we consider certain reactions from past party attendees. A particularly telling clip of Ashton Kutcher has resurfaced where he mysteriously hints at things he can't reveal about these notorious gatherings.
Is there a favorite genre of anecdote if you have one? Yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
Well, we still have some time to go, you know, I can blow it here.
Okay. Feel free. Diddy party stories, man. That was like...
Perhaps most disturbing is Usher's candid revelation about his time at Diddy's mansion when he was just 13 years old. His statement that he wouldn't want his own children to experience what he witnessed during that time raises serious questions about what exactly was happening behind those mansion walls. The pain in his voice when he speaks about seeing things tells a story that words alone can't fully capture.
Daddies.
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
But you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Adding to the growing mountain of concerns, an officer involved in the raid on Diddy's home made a chilling comparison between the music mogul and Jeffrey Epstein. The officer suggested that Diddy operated within the same circles as Epstein and Harvey Weinstein, hinting at a disturbing network of power and abuse within the entertainment industry. This connection adds another layer of severity to the allegations, suggesting a systematic pattern of exploitation that went unchecked for years. The reality of Diddy's current situation at MDC Brooklyn is stark and unforgiving. This federal facility, the only one of its kind in New York City, has been notorious since it opened its doors in the 1990s. Housing approximately 1,200 detainees, it's a place where tragedy isn't just possible, it's common. Recent incidents include the fatal stabbing of 37-year-old Uriel White and the death of 36-year-old Edwin Cordo following a brutal fight. The facility's problems extend beyond violence among inmates. At least 6 staff members have faced criminal charges in the past 5 years, with allegations ranging from accepting bribes to smuggling contraband. The corruption and negligence have created an environment that even some judges refuse to send inmates to, considering it too dangerous. Despite these harsh conditions, many argue that Diddy's complaints about the facility being hell on earth ring hollow, given the severity of the allegations against him. As one commenter pointedly stated, he's getting exactly what he deserves. Another powerful perspective reminded us to consider his alleged victim's feelings before sympathizing with his current discomfort. The investigation continues to expand, with new allegations surfacing regularly. Over 100 people have reportedly come forward with their own stories of mistreatment, suggesting that what we know now might just be the tip of the iceberg. The entertainment industry watches nervously as more names threaten to emerge, and the full scope of this scandal continues to unfold. What do you think about all of this? Will Diddy continue pleading for better conditions, or will he start revealing information about other celebrities involved in these parties? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. Your support means everything to us, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.